If you don't get failure, you're not going to improve. That's just how it works, because failure is the feedback. When you win, you don't get feedback, right? I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Sylvester Stallone. He said, you know, if you win, you never learn anything from it, right? So actually, I remember my mentor, Yad, he was telling me that you should actually fail on purpose. You know, you should be going out there failing, you know, trying to make mistakes, because that's how you're gonna learn from it. That's how you're gonna improve the quickest. Hey bro, in this video I want to talk about the lows of game, because you know, if you've been going out there and approaching, you know that there's a lot of low moments in game. You know, there's flakes, there's going on date and then completely fucking up the date and she doesn't want to see you again. There's, you know, in the interaction, the girl doesn't want to give you her number because you completely fucked up the initial interaction. There's you approaching a girl and getting instant blowout, which in my opinion is probably least one that really affects me, and from what I've seen with my clients. It's usually the ones that you put in some investment, like for example, you go on a date and then you message after the date and she doesn't want to see you again. Or, you know, you have a 10-minute amazing conversation, you're like, yeah, this girl really likes me, you go home, think about her, and then she's nowhere to be seen. You know, she's not replying to any of your messages. I wanted to talk about that a little bit and how to handle these low moments in game, because this is probably the biggest reason why guys give up, why they don't keep going, because the low emotions that you get in game is extremely frustrating. And this happened to me yesterday. This is the reason I'm making this video. So I traveled from London to Slovakia, because I'm going to Prague to coach a client, and I thought, all right, 3 days before I go to Prague, I'm going to come here, meet this girl that I met in Prague a month ago. You know, very attractive girl, I was really into, and we were texting back and forth for a month now. And I thought, all right, I'm going to come here and meet this girl. She's, you know, exactly my type, and I'm really into her. So came here, and she flaked. Oh, come on! So this is nothing to be surprised about. You know, flakes happen all the time. And partially it was my fault, because I could have put into a little bit more effort than I did over texting. Because, you know, with long game, you have to put an effort in between the time that you're seeing her. And one of the best strategies is to call her once a week, which I didn't do at all for the month. So anyway, I'm not surprised. You know, I'm not like, oh, well, why did she flake? So that's actually the first point of low points in game, is the feedback loop, right? You probably could have done something better in that situation. And this is what I would recommend for the first tip, is to write down 3 things that you could have done differently. Like for example, with me, I could have called her each week. I could have got her outside of Instagram. It was just on Instagram. Although it's this exact same thing, Instagram, WhatsApp, but it is better on WhatsApp. I could have got her onto WhatsApp, stayed in touch a little bit more than I did. I was really busy with coaching and stuff in London, and that was one of the reasons that I couldn't even stay in touch with her. But, you know, if you're not gonna do what is required to do, then when she flakes, don't be surprised, right? Like I wasn't surprised as well. So feedback, right? See it as feedback, not failure, not rejection. And this is the best way to turn it into something positive, because the reason, you know, I'm making this video and I'm coaching all these guys, you know, in London, in Prague, in Las Vegas. I've been to Budapest, you know, to different cities in the world. The reason I'm doing that is because of all my failures. If you don't get failure, you're not going to improve. That's just how it works, because failure is the feedback. When you win, you don't get feedback, right? I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Sylvester Stallone. He said, you know, if you win, you never learn anything from it, right? So actually, I remember my mentor, Yad, he was telling me that you should actually fail on purpose. You know, you should be going out there failing, you know, trying to make mistakes, because that's how you're going to learn from it. That's how you're going to improve the quickest. Moving on to the next step, and that's seen as a positive experience, right? That's actually number 1. Number 2 is gratitude list. This is what I did yesterday. When I was disappointed, the first thing I did was, okay, I'm traveling the world, you know, coaching these amazing clients that I love every single one of them. meeting amazing people, meeting amazing girls as I'm traveling. I love my job. You know, it's exactly what I want to do. And then I've got an amazing family, right? So just 3 things that you're grateful for. And that will quickly change it into a positive, right? Because you're probably thinking, oh, I could have done this better. Oh man, you know, she was really my type. Oh, you know, what would have been if I went on a date with her? She could be my girlfriend. She could have been my wife. We could have had kids together, right?
I almost pictured my whole entire life with her.
You got to change it into positive, and the best way to do that is to have a gratitude list, or just think in your mind. Think of 3 things that you're grateful for. And then number 3, the most important one out of all of them, is going out there and taking action quickly. And this is what I did yesterday. As soon as I got to Bratislava, messaged her, Flake, boom, I'm out there, like approaching like there's no tomorrow. And guess what happened? Instant date, right? We're gonna pop up the video right now of my instant date with this girl. Very beautiful as well. And that quickly made me forget what even the flick happened. Because the reason that we're having these lows is because of lack of results, right? So once you get the skill set and you can replicate that result, then you don't even care about what happened before, right? And that's the thing. Action is extremely important when you're having a low point. Yeah, you could just sit in your couch, you can just lie down on your bed and cry and be like, fuck, why did she flake? Why is she not in my life? Or you can go out there, meet amazing women, potentially better. You could meet a girl better than the one that, flaked on you, right? Although you might not be able to believe it because you're feeling down, and it's hard to overcome that low emotion. But you've got to trust me. You've got to get out there and do 10 approaches, right? I guarantee you're going to feel better. Even if you don't get instant date, even if you don't get any numbers, right? You're just going to feel better because meeting people just makes you feel better anyway, right? Yeah, of course, if you're a beginner, it's going to be harder for you to replicate that result. It's going to be harder for you to get another result like that. I understand that. I was in that situation as well. But you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in the process, right? You got to believe in that 6 months down the line, you will get a better result than that, right? If not 6 months, a year time. Eventually, you're going to get to a point where you're going to have that abundance, right? And, for the guys that are better, let's say intermediate to almost close to advanced, you're still going to go through low moments, right? Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, LeBron James, they still go through low points, and they're at the top of the game. So it doesn't matter who you got, you're still going to have low points, but it's how you deal with it makes who you are, right? The great people, they deal with failures and they move on from it. They learn from it. They see it as a positive experience, right? So change the way you see failure and you're going to get more success than you ever imagined. All right, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel because, every week I'm going to be releasing videos just like this so you can learn each week, from my videos, from my experiences, not only from my experience, which is now 8.5 years, but from my mentors' experiences, which are, over, we're talking about 13, 14 years of top experiences. All right, catch you in the next video, bro. Go out there and fail because, I trust that you will get the success that you want. Signing out, Nav.